Well, hello. If it isn't our newest student.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the new series I'm doing. It's a full game walkthrough.
Hello everyone, this is Pluto. Welcome back to another video, and in this video I wanted to talk about 5 things I miss about old Wizard101. Honestly guys, Wizard101 nowadays feels like an entirely different game than it did back in the day, and I just wanted to go over some of the things I miss about old Wizard101 here. So if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the summer. We're almost at 400, so that's really good. But yeah, I'm going to jump right into the video. Here are 5 things I miss about old Wizard101. The first thing I miss about old Wizard101 is house parties. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I used to go to house parties. It's were mostly taking place in the Massive Fantasy Palace or the Pyramid of Lost Horizon or the Amber Estate. And they were so much fun. We used to play housing games, used to just do PvP, used to do that scavenger hunt game, the tag game, the food fight game, the Winterbane and Midnight Sun Pagoda gauntlets. Just chilling in the Massive Fantasy Palace, doing PvP, finding all the secrets of the Massive Fantasy Palace too. That there's this island right here, this secret island right up here. That used to find that island, just finding that island for the first time. I don't know, finding the things behind the walls. I don't know, just going into these houses and coming back here just makes me feel like, I don't know, it feels a lot different now, but this used to be the hangout spot of Wiz back then. And I don't know, I miss it. I definitely miss things like the Massive Fantasy Palace. I miss having the house parties. I remember being able to just teleport to people's houses from the friends list. That's probably what killed the house parties, was when they removed that. It's not the same as it used to be anymore, the houses. But I don't know, the house parties, they're just something I miss. I miss them about old Wiz. But yeah, let's move on to the second thing I miss. I miss the old Wizard101 community. The old Commons was crazy. Nowadays, it's mostly just people begging for packs and that are AFK. I know that there's still some people that have conversations in the Commons, as I definitely do spend a lot of my time just chilling in the Commons still, even to this day. But it's just not the same as it used to be. There was an actual sense of community. You used to log on to the game, people would recognize you, used to have friends on the game, you would know who people were. Nowadays, I look at my friends list, I don't mean to sound harsh, but I don't really know many of the people on my friends list. I know that there are some people like some content creators that I do know, but other than that, I don't really know many people on here, and it's just not really the same as it used to be. The whole community aspect of Wiz still exists. There's still a Wizard101 community, but it's just not as widespread. It's just not as, you don't really have a personal connection with people. And maybe that's just me. Maybe people still have personal Wiz friends, right? But I don't. And I used to back in the day, but yeah, I don't nowadays. And another thing I miss about the old Wizard101 community was the old YouTubers. I miss Blaze, Blue, Alexander Lionheart, Dakota Earthhorn, right? I miss all of their content. Most of them don't play Wiz anymore. Most of them have moved on. I know Dakota still definitely keeps in touch with the community a little bit. I know that Blaze has quit, or at least has taken a very long break. Zenmaster Blue is working as a nurse now. He hasn't made content in many years. Alexander Lionheart, I know he still does the whole Kroger cards and stuff, but none of them really make as much content as they used to back in the day. But those were basically the 4 staples of old Wizard101 content, in my opinion. Blaze, Blue, Dakota, and Alex. But yeah, I'm going to move on to number 3. I miss the old Wizard101 community. But yeah, let's move on to number 3. This may sound surprising to some people, but I miss not having a membership on this game. I remember doing every single side quest. I remember doing that Penny Dreadful side quest, trying my hardest to scrape together enough XP to gain as many levels as I could. That was so much fun for me. I remember the paywall and being so disappointed about how I couldn't continue questing and begging for membership, trying to get membership. I remember when my old account, which I also miss, I really miss my old account. The furthest I ever got was like I think level 30ish on my old account, and that's because I used to just do gauntlets and stuff in houses. I used to just do Midnight Sun Pagoda, the Winterbane Hall, and just do those over and over again. And eventually I did get membership, and I made it I think to Marleybone at most, and then that was all I did. But yeah, I miss not having membership, which is surprising because a lot of the things that people in the community still complain about is the whole membership aspect of Wizard 101, having to have a membership, and a lot of people don't really like that too much. But honestly, I don't know if I would be playing Wizard 101 if the paywall didn't exist. A lot of the intrigue behind the game for me when I was a kid is I wanted to know what was next. And that first wizard, my first wizard that I was able to quest through all of the worlds, which was this wizard, by the way, even though he's not my first account, this is the first wizard I quested through all of the worlds. It felt different. It feels different questing through the worlds for the first time. That's peak Wizard 101 in my opinion, when you quest through the worlds for the first time. Before that, it's nostalgic because it was what I had before. I didn't have the memories that I do now of the pain of Azteca questing or Chrysalis questing or Zafaria questing. Nowadays, it's just not the same anymore. It doesn't feel the same as it used to. But yeah, I miss not having a membership on Wizard 101. Let's move on to the next one. Something that really sucks about the whole graphical updates in Wiz is that you can't see the old PvP arena. I miss old PvP. I know a lot of people might disagree with me on this one, but PvP now is nothing like it was 11 or 12 years ago. PvP before Shads, before Shrike, before Rochambeau, no turn-based, no sweaty people in queue, no boosters. I mean, I guess boosters always existed, but whatever. I digress. Baby PvP before any of that was just so different. It was so much better in my opinion. And I know that maybe it's more balanced now, but it's not as fun as it used to be. It's just not as fun. I didn't really do PvP in ranked. I think the furthest I got back in the day was I think I got to corporal. People in ranked when you were like private or corporal or sergeant, they weren't as sweaty as they are now. Nowadays, you hop in a PvP match, you'll have freaking privates or whatever the first rank is being sweaty. You'll have them doing cheesy strats. Back then, it was just no one really knew what they were doing. The only people that knew what they were doing were high ranking people. I used to do PvP in the Massive Fantasy Palace. None of us were really that antiquated with PvP. Most people didn't even know what they were doing. People would just blade up and hit, maybe occasionally shield, but that was it. No one would do like the whole Rochambeau strats or any of that stuff. No one really knew what they were doing back then. There wasn't as much strategy. It was just chilling out, having PvP matches against each other, and that's what I miss. I miss the old PvP about Wiz, and I know a lot of people miss old PvP about Wiz. A lot of people quit PvP in Wiz because it's not the same as it used to be, and I have to agree with them. I quit PvP in Wiz because it's not the same as it used to be, in my opinion. But yeah, I miss old PvP in Wizard 101. Let's move on to the last one. The last thing I miss about old Wizard 101 is the old questing. Questing in Wizard City is not the same anymore. I miss the old dialogue and the old voices, the old quest lines. Sarah Nightchant and Private Connolly are not supposed to be there. I miss getting the pass from Private Stilson at the Unicorn Way gate. I miss that. I don't know, I just miss walking through Unicorn Way as it used to be. And fighting the Lost Souls, the Skeletal Pirates, and the Dark Fairies. Sarah Nightchant, you're not supposed to be there. His voice is completely different now. He sounds like, I think, kind of Australian now. He didn't sound like that back in the day. He didn't look like this back in the day. I don't know, it's just different. Nowadays, questing is different because they changed everything. They changed the storyline. I remember helping Private Quinn in Fire Kid Alley, helping Nolan Stormgate in Cyclops Lane, and having General Achilles be the final boss of Cyclops Lane. Nowadays, it's the whole bunny storyline in Cyclops Lane and Lizzo and Fire Kid Alley, which I don't think anyone really asked for. And I don't mean to like sound harsh to the whole like people that do like the graphical changes and the story changes, but there's a sense of nostalgia with the old quests, and they just completely got rid of them. They completely got rid of the old dialogue, the old quest line, and I don't like that very much. I miss fighting the Kraken for one-day mounts. I didn't know that you could buy permanent mounts in the Crown Shop back then for gold, so I would just farm the Kraken and try and get a bunch of one-day rental mounts, and that was so much fun to me. I remember questing in Triton Avenue, questing trying to get to the Kraken quest. It was a rainy day at home. I was on my old computer questing. I was a kid, and I remember just doing the Kraken with friends over and over and over again. It was so much fun, and a lot of that is now gone. It's gone nowadays, and it's so unfortunate, man. But yeah, those are my top 5 things I miss about old Wizard101. Something I really want KingsIsle to do is release a Wizard101 Classic server. I know it may not be the same as it used to back then. A lot of things that you enjoy as a kid aren't the same as when you're an adult, and you still have the memories of when you were a kid, and that's what nostalgia is. And maybe even if they released a Classic server, it wouldn't be the same. But just seeing how the game was like when I was a kid would probably bring me a lot back into how I used to feel, I guess, when I was a kid. I think it would. But yeah, I miss how a lot of things in this game used to be. This was a short list. There's a ton of things I could go on and on and on about. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you guys miss about old Wizard101? Tell me your greatest memories about old Wiz, about when you used to play, or what it used to be like when you were younger. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.